Hi everyone, I'm Mike. Welcome to my kitchen, and this is
Nancy.
And this is
Molly.
And today it is a dreary, cold day out here. If you can get a look at that, it's officially gumbo weather, and it is the Super Bowl. And sorry to all my Saints fans. We are in mourning, so we're gonna have hopefully a gumbo to cheer us up, so that we can watch the Rams and Patriots and not be so disappointed. But today we're going to do a gumbo, and not just any gumbo. We're going to do a gluten-free dry roux gumbo, and I'm going to teach everybody how to make a dry roux, and we're going to do it in a big pan so that we can store some for the future. And this is going to be about as easy as a gumbo. Once we get the roux down and we store the roux, it's going to be a very easy gumbo that anybody can do. And the essentials all together will be able to feed a ton of people for under 20 bucks. So we're going to get started right here. So girls, turn around. What we have right here, we have a big roasting pan that we have put King Arthur's flour, gluten-free flour. Okay. So I've got about 3 cups in here, and we're just going to kind of yeah, just roll.
You're pushing me.
You can tap, tap, tap. Okay.
Can I tap that?
Yeah, go ahead and tap, tap, tap.
Can I tap?
Yeah. Go ahead and give it to Molly, Lily. All right. Just go ahead and tap it. We'll spread it around. Everybody gets to participate today. Okay. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the roasting pan. Okay. We're going to put it in the oven. Remember, I have 3 cups in here. You can put the whole bag in if you want, but I have the temperature set at 425. Take a look at that. All right. And so I'm going to put it in the oven. All right. And then I'm going to keep it in there for about an hour and a half, maybe some more. It depends on how toasted you want it to look. Really, you can get it done with an hour and a half. But every 15 minutes, you're going to open it up and just kind of scrape it, make sure it's not burning, okay? So, see. Okay, so, a little smoky. But this is, we've got about 30 minutes to go. And what I'm going to do is I'm about to do a little bit of maneuvering around. I usually pull it out, but I can just do it right here. You don't burn yourself on that top rack. All right, so I'm gonna get a little bit to kind of show you kind of what our colors been moving to. Okay, so over here is the beginning color. This was after about 30 minutes. This has been after about an hour, and that's cinnamon. So it's getting darker and darker. It won't be that cinnamon color, but we were just trying to get it more dark. For cinnamon, that is very strong. So 30 minutes should be good. We should be getting everything to where we need to go at that point. So we'll keep cooking. So we'll go from there. Okay, we are at the hour and a half mark. Like I said, it got from that really white to a little bit more to that darker brown, and then that's the cinnamon. Okay, so I've got it all here in the big roasting pan, and then so what I'm going to do from here is I'll let it cool for a little bit, and I've got these ball jars, and it fits 1 cup. So what I've done is I'm trying to find a way that I can store these so I don't have to make a roux every time I make a gumbo. So I've already got 8 stored in my freezer right now, and I can probably do another 2 more with this, 2 to 3 more. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just fill this up. Nope, no, that's the wrong one. Okay. I kind of just pat it down with this. I'm using a 1/4 cup scoop and get it to the top. Fill it all the way up, push it down a little bit. Okay. And then the nice thing is this thing seals really, really, really tight. So no air will get in. And that's it. So that's 1 cup of homemade roux. Remember, all we did was we took gluten-free flour. You can use any flour you want. White rice flour, brown rice flour. I use the all-purpose one. And you go ahead and just let it cook for about an hour and a half at 425. Every 15 minutes you're scraping the side so it doesn't burn, and it kind of cooks consistently. And then now you're ready to start your gumbo. 2, 1. Hi everybody, I am Mike, and you are?
Daisy Gray.
And you are?
Molly Mae Miller.
And we are cooking gumbo today. We had just browned our dry roux, gotten that up and running. And now I'm going to take you through a very easy gumbo that anybody can do. Like I was saying before, it's about a $20 gumbo. It can get a little bit higher in price if you want a little bit more instant, but if you've got some time, you can make it a little cheaper. And we're gonna go through those few ingredients that make a little difference here. So we're gonna start down the line here. We've already made our roux here, and I've already jarred it. So this is gonna be what we're gonna use as our base to everything. Since it's been dry, we don't use much oil. The only oil we're gonna use is about a tablespoon of this, just to brown the sausage. Sausage picked up at HEB. This is a pretty good little andouille. The reason why I use it is because generally everybody can get this. If you got a good smokehouse that has a good andouille, we say get it. But if you don't, you get what the supermarket has. Then for our vegetables, we use a frozen seasoned blend package. The andouille I want to say is roughly about $5 per package. I'm using 2 of those today. Seasoned blend package will roughly run you about $1.50-ish, I should say. This here is, if you're going to use chicken stock, we say use the sodium light or sodium free chicken stock, because you're going to doctor it up the way you want. And if you have that sodium filled chicken stock, it can be pretty salty. Okay. So, but this all together costs they're $2 a pack. So we found a way you can do this a little cheaper without having to buy this. I like to use a tablespoon of garlic salt, tablespoon of pepper, 2 crushed garlic cloves. We're going to use white pepper, a tablespoon of that, tablespoon of thyme, 2 bay leaves, a tablespoon of paprika, and either an 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, or we're going to use you can use a 1/4 teaspoon. I recommend start out use an 1/8 and then add more to it if you want. 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, which roughly costs you about $1, a little bit less than $1. And then the secret is behind to make any gumbos darker. If you don't think you have it dark enough, get your kitchen bouquet out. It's about $2, $2.50. But once you buy majority of all these spices and stuff, you don't have to rebuy them again. So this is not included in the $20 I was saying. I hope you already have most of these spices. Kitchen bouquet, if you can't find it at your grocery store, go look to where the Worcestershire sauce is, or your A1 sauce. It should be close to that. Okay. And then we have your other protein is we're going to do chicken. All right. I do a rotisserie chicken. It's very, very simple. Just buy a rotisserie chicken. Roughly costs you about $8. Okay. So I was talking about here, the chicken stock. If you don't want to buy chicken stock, you can just debone, and I just shredded all the chicken out of it, pulled all the fat off, put the chicken shredded in here, okay? And then we took all the bones, minus all the fat and everything, and I just put a gallon of water in a pot right here, and I just brought it to a boil and simmered for an hour. Now I didn't put anything other than just the chicken in it, all right? and like I said, a gallon of water. But remember, this took me an hour separately. So if you don't have an hour, then go ahead and use the chicken stock, okay? So that's kind of my 2 cents behind it. Remember, it's all about what kind of time you have. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, Molly, you wanna pour this in there for me? All right. You're gonna pour the sausage in, Lily, okay? Okay, you wanna hold this? And this is what happens when you cook with 2 kids. All right, pour it in there, all right? So like I said, that's the most grease we're going to be putting in that we are applying to it. Okay, and Lily, so we're going to let that heat up for a second. And that andouille sausage, I went ahead and we're actually cutting it into 4. We're going to, instead of cutting into rounds, as you can see, I got some little people in the house. And they prefer to have it in for a little bite-sized pieces. So we're going to cut this in half and then in half again, and then we're going to cut them into fourth rounds. Okay. All right. We're going to add it to our sausage here. Okay. And then Lily, you want to pour that in for me?
Yeah.
All right, pour it this way. All right, great. All right, Molly, I need you to stir for me, and then Lily can stir, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, now stir there. And what we're going to do is we're just going to brown this. It's going to take a little bit of time, but we're going to brown it on both sides. And
It's bubbling.
yeah, it's bubbling, huh? All right, let's stand back. Remember, that's a hot. Don't touch that pan, okay? And then it'll take probably about 10 minutes. Browning the sausage, and we're going to put it back in the drippings that the pot had right there. We're going to put our seasoned blend package in here, okay? Still frozen, okay? No big deal. We're going to pour it in. All right. We're going to pour it in there, okay? And then my trusty helpers are going to go see all that goodness. It kind of breaks up a little bit of that brown that happened on the side. So it's just cooking in all that andouille goodness right there, okay? So Lily, can you go ahead and keep stirring in there?
What can I do?
Yeah, oh, don't touch it, okay?
What can I do, Dad?
Huh?
What can I do?
You can help me next. I'm gonna go ahead and you keep stirring, Lily, and Molly is gonna pour in our seasoning, okay? So we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of seasoned salt, garlic salt, sorry. All right, that's good. All right, I'm gonna shuffle it in there. Keep stirring, Lily. Get all. Okay. And then we are going to do 1.
Dad, I want for it.
Here you go. You
Wait,
hold.
I want.
Okay.
I can do it all by myself.
I know you can. All right. This is 1 tablespoon of white pepper. Okay.
Serve it faster, Lily.
Okay. And I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon of black pepper. Okay. Just keep stirring, Lil. Here, let me get it.
I want to.
Okay, okay.
Can I do it?
Okay, yeah. Go ahead. All right, Molly, and we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of thyme. Okay, pour it in there. Okay, a little bit more. Okay. All right. We're gonna do 1 tablespoon of paprika.
I got pepper in. Oh, that's that.
A little bit more. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, there we go. All right, Lily, here, let me help you out.
Can I do it?
Yeah, you're doing a great job, buddy.
Can I do it? Can I
You're
do it?
doing a great job.
Can I do it?
All right.
Stop.
All right. And the last thing we're going to do, we're going to do a
I want to do it.
eighth of a teaspoon of cayenne. All right. Perfect. Then we're gonna do a big whopping tablespoon of tomato paste.
Good.
And then we're gonna do another big whopping spoon of another tomato paste.
Ooh,
Okay.
I want to lick the spoon.
No, you do not.
Okay.
Hold on, hold on. All right. So we're gonna keep stirring that down. Okay.
Can I go?
All right. We're gonna add in a bay leaf, maybe 2 of them. Yeah, 2 bay leaves. Okay. And then what we're gonna do from here is we've got 2 garlic.
Ooh, I want to do. Hey, Daddy, can I do this garlic?
You want to squeeze it for me?
Yes, sir.
So we've got the garlic here.
Mama.
All right, squeeze that garlic. All right, chop, 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 chop. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second, Lily. All right, we just keep that good paste coming in there.
Yeah. That's it.
All right. Next thing, either you can use one of these things of chicken stock or the homemade chicken stock that we have here. I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up 32 ounces and pour it on.
That's just like lemonade.
Kind of looks like lemonade when you're making the chicken stock, okay? So let's go ahead. Hold on, let me break it up a little bit, okay?
So, Daddy.
Yes.
So, if the vegetables are very, very brown, then the water's yellow and the vegetable make the water brown, right?
Yeah, let me just get this off the side, Lily. I gotta scrape this off the side. Okay. All right, good stuff. You see that, girls? Make a little bit of good paste. All right, Lily can keep stirring. Okay. All right, so the next thing we'll do is we're going to get some chicken stock, another 32 ounces, which we can either have a second. So, very cool. Okay. So I'm taking a separate bowl right here, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take my cup of roux, okay? And I'm gonna pour it into the chicken stock, okay? And I'm going to whisk vigorously. Hold on, buddy. Okay? So we're gonna whisk it up really good. Okay, it's gonna thicken up very much so. Okay? See that color? It's a good color already, okay? So I did this,
Just like hot chocolate.
kind of looks like hot chocolate. So I did this roux a little longer than the other roux that I did. This one took another hour or so, because I like it a little bit darker. And if it doesn't turn out the dark that I want, I've got a little backup plan.
Show me, Mommy.
All right, well, look at what you're doing. You're gonna slosh, Lily. Right?
Mama, this is it.
Okay. So this is this has been added. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the roux in and to the mix. All right. And look how nice that is. It's going to thicken up really, really, really nice here.
It's kind of like coffee. It's kind of like coffee.
Kind of like coffee?
Yeah, it's kind of like coffee.
Yeah, it does kind of look like coffee. All right.
It's kind of like coffee, Mommy.
All right, so you notice how it's pretty thick right here. Okay, Lily?
Okay.
All right, so the next thing I'm going to
I
do
want to go, Mommy. I want to, Mommy.
Okay.
I'm doing it.
So I'm going to add another chicken stock, which is essentially would be the third dill of chicken stock. And I just like to whisk it in there. Just kind of whisk it to kind of thicken it up a little bit.
I want that.
Kind of mixing it with that roux and all those vegetables.
You're shaking my spoon. You're shaking my spoon.
Yeah, shaking your spoon. All right. All right, good stuff. All right, so I got that one, and I'm gonna get my last chicken stock and add it to there.
Mom, I'm doing it. Is it jambalaya? Is it jambalaya?
No, it's not jambalaya, it's gumbo.
Gumbo?
Yeah.
What is gumbo?
Do you like Daddy's gumbo?
Yeah.
All right, here's the last chicken stock we're adding. So this would be our fourth container of chicken stock. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep whisking a little vigorously here.
Yeah. He's shaking my food.
Uh-oh. Little mess comes with a 3-year-old. That's it.
Yeah, Mommy.
All right. So I think we have it all pretty good here. So Lily, here's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to put our spoon down. Okay. I know, but what we're going to do is we're going to let it cook. Okay. You want to hold? You can hold the spoon. All right, but we're going to let it cook. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring it up to a higher heat. And we're going to get it to a bubble, and then we're going to simmer for about 20 minutes. Okay. Okay. We have waited about 20 to 30 minutes, and that's our gumbo. It looks like it's cooked down pretty good. We're going to start adding some proteins to this. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add the sausage. Some little tricks of the trade. Some people at this point is the time where they like to remove vegetables. This is another point where if you like okra, this would be a good time to add okra. I recommend cooking your okra first, kind of getting the slime out of it, and then adding it at this point. But we're just going to go ahead and add our sausage to it.
I want something.
Yeah, you want to help me? Let it fall right on in there, okay? My camera woman is gone right now, so kind of doing this on my own. With the help of a 3-year-old. So we're going to let that cook down for another 20 to 30 minutes, and then we'll end it here very shortly. Okay, so we have cooked this down with the sausage for about another 30 minutes. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my shredded chicken and just go ahead and apply it to it. I know it's going to doing this with one hand, so bear with me. I got it tucked away here. So I'm just got my shredded chicken. I'm adding it to the gumbo. I'll get it all taken care of there. All right, excellent. All right, so I'm just gonna stir it all in there. Get that cooked on down. Now I wanted to let y'all know that the andouille sausage is pretty spicy itself, okay? So if this is your first time making gumbo, what I recommend to do is probably go ahead and don't put the cayenne pepper in it. I would just see what your taste buds say, you know, and see if it's something you can handle with a spicy sausage like that. I have no problem putting cayenne in if you're just using a regular smoked sausage. Doesn't have that kind of heat, but remember andouille's got that heat on it. Okay. Also, too, if you something I wanted to show. So line up all these seasonings here, seasons that we put in. Also talked about the kitchen bouquet, but you know what? The darkening on my gumbo is so dark right now that I don't think I really need to go ahead and add anything else to it. But say it came back real lighter and I want a little bit of darker tint to it, with a little tablespoon of this into it, okay? But if you're just looking for, you know, you add your garlic salt, your white pepper, your black pepper, your thyme, paprika, stuff like that, you can just go ahead and simply and just get a you know, some type of a Cajun seasoning. All right, it's got a lot of those already in it. If you look at what actually goes into it, you know, it's got its salt, it's got its garlic, onions, paprika, black pepper, red pepper, things like that. And it's a good blend that they do. All right, so you could put a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of just this to kind of replace all of this. Okay, I've done it for years this way, so kind of know what I like. But remember, if this is your first time making it, you can go really easy and just do it that way. But back to the chicken in here. We're gonna go ahead and just kind of get this to simmer for about 15 minutes, and then we'll be ready to serve. All right, so we cooked the chicken down for 15 minutes. Remember, it was already pre-cooked. It was rotisserie chicken. So we're going to go ahead, and last thing is I chopped up some fresh green onion, and we're going to put it in here, and you put it in right before you start to serve it, okay? So it'll cook down just a little bit, but boy, it adds a lot of good aroma and some flavor to it. Greens it up just a little bit, and just work it from there. And this is ready to serve and enjoy. You can make you a pot of rice. Some people I know just don't even have rice, they just eat the gumbo straight. Make you a potato salad or whatnot, and enjoy. It's a real quick and easy gumbo. You make a lot of roux and store it, that dry roux, and it can really, this can be even, you know, this can make it a, you can probably make this within an hour, hour and a half. But, yeah, thank you so much for taking a look at it. Let me know if y'all have any questions. There it goes. Got a little rice in the middle. Bon appetit. Hey Lily, how do you like the gumbo?
Good.
Is it tasty? Boy, you tore it up.
But I could be tasty.
You gonna taste the gumbo, Molly? Taste her.
Hyundai Shopper Assurance. Transparent pricing, streamlined purchase, a 3-day work-free exchange, and test drives that
How is it?
Spicy.
Spicy.
I like.
You like? Good. Oh,
It's so sleepy.
oh, fantastic. Well, you're on your second bowl.
It's a what?
All right. Give me a thumbs up. Or number 1, I'll take it.